Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. If Joanna has joined us by now, and I'm sure for many of you guys, maybe we need a reminder. What day is today? Today is Saturday. Usually on the weekdays, we've been having our class, our live class at 10:30 in the morning. And so she had thought that it was going to be 10:30 and whatever, it's great. Kept me on my toes this morning to get here so that I could be ready to do this broadcast live with you guys. Good morning, I'm Belinda, and this is Just Be Yoga, and we're here for our morning Yoga Basics Live on a Saturday morning. I'm seeing folks popping in here. Good morning, Thomas. Peace and joy indeed. Let's see, we've got, I thought I saw some other folks who were popping in, but that's great. This morning we're going to start standing, and this is our yoga basics class. Unlike the home yoga practice, where I'm really breaking down a lot of philosophy along with asana and other aspects. Today is a basics yoga class where we're looking at moving our body from the fundamentals. Okay, so that doesn't mean that there aren't certain types of poses that we won't approach, but we're just going to find them from the most basic point, from the most fundamental aspect. Be sure that you've got a block or a strap. You can have different sizes of blocks, maybe even the back of a chair or a folding chair would be great. You just want to be able to put it on your mat so it won't slide away from you. A strap or a towel or a belt, all right? So good morning. Why don't we come to standing on our mat and find a way of standing in our mountain. And we'll start our day standing up nice and tall. Maybe close the eyes. Exploring breath. And starting to explore awareness. 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 What is your physical body doing in your mountain? What are your feet doing, your legs, your hips? Are there areas of your body you are not aware of? Are there areas that are talking to you, maybe aching? And use that as a mental note so that you're kind to those areas as we move, more gentle, and maybe finding modifications so as not to create any pain. Let's start with some simple shoulder rolls, just working the shoulders up and back and down. And then notice what else is going on in the hips. Did you start to dump in your back as you started to move? Change your direction. And we'll lengthen these up. And let's take the left arm down and have a gentle side bend. And just start to feel your waist, your hips, your legs. Don't lose your feet. And we'll bring ourselves up. Maybe notice your face. Are you smiling? Are you frowning? And a gentle side bend over to the other side. Waking up our awareness in our body, what wants to move, what doesn't want to move. Calming upright. Arms open wide, and let's flex the wrists. And start to notice maybe the underside of your arms. Now we'll point the fingers down and feel the tops of the wrists. And then wrist rotations. Whoa, what's waking up in our awareness now? Maybe our arms are starting to feel a little heavy. You could slightly bend the elbows and take some pressure out of the shoulders and the upper arms. And start to notice, hey, I have some awareness and I can modify some things to take away some discomfort. Change the direction. What do we notice about the bones in our wrists and our fingers and our hands? Start to notice your breath. Did we lose awareness of our breath? I'm going to cross over my chest with the right arm. You could bring your left hand behind the shoulder. Some people like to hook underneath of that upper arm. Come just a little bit closer. See if maybe you could bring that elbow above this elbow, however. Try not to put any pressure on this straight arm's elbow. And we'll twist to the left. Breath in. Breath out. See if you can aim your hips forward as you do so. What are we noticing? Getting a stretch, getting a little opening in the back of that right arm. We can tilt the chin up and down to involve the neck. And if you took that suggestion and you're really not digging it, you don't have to do it. And then we'll release, open those arms back out wide, and we'll find the other side. And twist. Breath in, breath out. Try to aim your hips forward. So notice I had been carrying and twisting my hips in my waist. So now I'm bringing them back center so that I'm only moving that upper body. Shoulder down, chest lifting, face is soft. Nice. And we'll gently release. We work the shoulders, just kind of see the difference, what wants to move. Work the neck a little bit. Change direction. Just feeling a range of movement. Good. I'm going to bring my hands to my knees. We're going to do a standing cat and cow. I'm going to turn here so that our knees are over the heels. My hands are just kind of resting on my thighs. And then I'm going to pooch the butt back, pull the chest up, and then scoop the tailbone under and around the spine. Breath in, breath out. Now see if you can just bring your awareness as we go back and forth here into your entire spine. Are you moving the lowest parts of your spine, tailbone, low back, upper back, and neck? Are you moving the front of you, your chest and your belly and your throat? What wants to move, what doesn't want to move? Cat and cow. Finding some bowing and flexing of the entire spine. Maybe our back is feeling kind of rigid from sitting. You could always do this a few times throughout the day. Good. And then let's just keep the knees soft. And look, suddenly we're in a chair. Lifting the chest. Your hands could be a prayer. Notice my knees, trying to really pull them back as far back over those heels as I can. Lifting up in the chest so the weight ends up in the heels. You could scoop that tailbone. I tilted myself. Scoop the tailbone under and lift the chest. Breath. And why don't we find our first forward fold. See how the back and the legs feel, letting that upper body go. Your legs could be apart or together. Maybe soften those knees. Feel your tummy breathe. What could you soften in your neck and shoulders? Now I like to just tilt my weight forward and back in my feet, building my awareness of weight bearing and weight shifting, noticing how wherever I shift, how it affects my back, where along my back I feel that, maybe where along the back of the hamstrings. So always remember, you can keep those knees soft. That is the first phase. We don't need to attack the backs of those legs. Let them grow and gradually yield and surrender to this space. And I'm going to slowly roll my spine up, lifting my head last. Gentle massage along the spinal erectors. Breathe in, lifting the arms up. Exhale, hinging at the hips and the waist, letting the upper body go. And then let's roll the spine up, feeling the back, gentle movements. Breath in as we lengthen, shoulders down. Exhale, hinging it forward, letting that upper body go. Good, we'll roll the spine up, let those arms just dangle. And we'll arrive at our mountain again and feel this difference. What awareness have we cultivated, built, and respected in our bodies? I'm going to make sure I'm up at the top of my mat here and start to step back with that left leg. And I'll have those back toes aiming to the front left corner of the mat, bending that right knee. My hips are going to stay directly over my perineum. Push into the baby toe edge of that foot. Hands can remain at your hips, maybe aiming the hips forward like headlights. If you've got balance, if you feel secure, you could always bring your hands to your heart center, perhaps starting to lift up. And see if you can relax the tummy area and let the breath breathe down here in that tummy area. Hands to the chest. I'm going to step this back leg up and trade it up, stepping this right leg back. So this is Warrior 1 or Virabhadrasana 1. You might feel some stretching, maybe some twinging in the low back. If you are feeling twinging in that low back, let's shore that up. Don't go so deep. So we can bring the legs a little closer in together, sitting up a little taller, so we're not stretching into that low back so aggressively. All right, but if your back is feeling great, go ahead and sink in, and then maybe you're just feeling it in the front of this hip on the other side. Start to tune in. Is what you're feeling sending you red alerts, orange alerts? And what do you want to do about it? We're not here to punish anything. We're going to build the awareness and respect a pain and bring some nurturing into it. Try to relax that pelvic floor and see if you can breathe in the abdomen. Observe the body having a relationship with its breath. Observe the breath having a relationship with the body. Observe the mind having a relationship, not commanding the body, having the mind have a relationship with the body. Respecting one another, and that no one, the mind or the body, isn't the boss of the other. Hands to prayer, ready? And maybe take a few steps to bring this back leg up, or maybe we stand in that front leg and bring it up. And respect whatever poise and strength and grace that we have. Breath in, let's lift, maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, we're going to come forward. Now I've come forward a few times, so for myself, I'm going to start to see if I can straighten my legs, but don't jam the knees back if you're ready to try that as well. All right, so we don't want to lock the joint no matter what. I'm going to grab opposite elbows and just sway my upper body. Letting this be a practice of surrendering to gravity. Breath in, breath out. Where is your mind right now? What are we accepting in its simplicity and its depth? Just be in your mat, be in your body, be in your breath. This is enough. And then we'll let those arms go and roll the spine out. Coming back to the mountain, maybe closing the eyes. Noticing where we are in our feet. Where's the weight? Have we locked the knees? Are we standing tall in the rib cage, in the belly? Shoulders rooting us, anchoring us. How much ease do we have in our faces? We're going to see about tying this all together, all right? Let's see if we can tie this all together into a little bit of a flow. All right, so it's finding fluidity and keeping our mind right here. If your mind runs off into something later in the day, just bring it back, coax it back in a loving manner. We'll breathe in and lengthen upward. Exhale into a side bend. Breath in, what's lifting, what's rooting. Exhale, side bend, other side. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, we'll take it forward. Bend the knees a little, bringing our hands to our thighs. A few cat and cows. Cat and cows, respecting that we live in a fleshy body. It needs movement. What are the ranges that it has? Oh, let's remember that the neck can move, the tailbone can move. All right, we're gonna bend the knees, lift the chest, maybe the arms, chair, sink a little deeper, feel the strength of those legs. Coming up to standing, finding our mountain, stepping that left leg back, maybe a big long step, maybe a few to honor our balance. Good, why don't we straighten and sink? What do we notice a little deeper as we go up and down? Feeling our body moving, feeling different areas start to open to movement, open to new range as things get warmed up. Also, various body areas could start to tense, especially if this kind of movement is new and we could get fatigued a little earlier, sooner than others. Respect where you are. I'm going to settle in, maybe lift the arms, make a choice here. Where do you want your arms? Where's the place where your mind can have the most calm space? Where's the place where your breath can have the most calm space? Now I'm going to bring that back leg up. Breath. Exhale, we're going to hinge it forward again. Roll the spine up, letting those arms dangle. Ready for the other side. I'm going to step that other leg back, getting myself positioned, feeling secure first. I'm going to shore up my legs on the side a little differently. There, now I'm ready to straighten, feeling my legs strong, sink in, feeling my groin and my hips accepting movement, straightening, bending, being mindful not to let that knee go past the toe on the bent leg. Straighten, sink. One more maybe. You can always stop wherever you need. You're in your body. Breath, choosing where your arms want to be. Breath out. What's the most relaxed and at ease my mind, my breath, and my body can be together. Feeling alive and vibrant and expansive. My spirit feeling expansive in my body. And I'm going to step this back leg up. Breath in, reaching nice and tall. Good. Exhaling, taking it forward. Go ahead and get your block now. Unless your hands easily touch the floor, you might want to have a block now out in front of you. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab one of mine for demonstration. So I've got that here. My hands are here. Now, if you don't need the block, if you feel like your hands can easily reach the floor, just let your hands reach the floor, all right? No matter what, our arms are now arm legs. So bring weight into those arms. We're going to shift forward and back. You're probably going to feel a little stretching in the backs of the hamstrings. Shifting forward. Feel some trust and faith that we have to have here. Probably feeling a little bit of core engagement to shift forward and let your weight be in those arms. And shift back. So just we're building awareness of where we are carrying the weight in our body. Now let's build awareness with where we are carrying strain and stress in our neck. Okay, are you tightening your neck? Do you need to? Are you tightening your neck because you're trying to crane and lift the chin up? You don't have to. Keep the gaze down. Start to be aware, building that awareness of where we are carrying strain and what could we do about it. All right, so I'm going to bring my feet a little closer together, and that gives me a lot more centering in my midline. All right, when I disperse it here, I'm going to be asking more of my core and sideways, a little bit more in the legs to do stuff. Here, I'm going to bring my legs a little closer together, so I'm asking that midline of core strength to give me more stability. It helps me with a little balance. Now notice here, I'm going to exaggerate it. I've shifted my weight back, and you see that angle probably way back in the heels. You can start to detect that there, and you can feel it way back in that upper part of the upper legs. So I'm now going to bring that weight centered a little forward. And I use that as a gauge, as though could my nipples be right over the block or over my thumbs. And then straightening the spine as best I can. I'm going to shift my weight into the left leg and ask the right leg to lift. Now, notice here, I could just lift or so. There's a lot going on because we're still asking these arms to be our arm legs. So bring some weight into those arms. And don't worry about how high you're lifting your leg. See if we can keep the leg straight though, and maybe point and flex. That might be asking for a whole lot to be going on. Now, some of you might feel like, hey, I think I could lift that leg a little bit more. Now, wherever any of us are, did we lean back or can we stay forward? Stand in your arms. Stand in them. Breath. Don't hold the breath. Do your body scan. Where's my strain? Where am I straining? And when I'm straining too much and I've lost that ease, bring that leg down. Let's go ahead and roll the spine up. Do some arm rotations, shoulder rotations. Probably you're putting a bit of weight in those arms. So we were doing a bit of a prep into our supported warrior 3. So we'll change legs, change the direction of the arms. So that's what that posture was. Let's do some neck rotations. That'll really help us be aware of whether we were having any strain in that neck area. Change direction in your neck. Feel your breath. Good. And then we'll reapproach. We'll bring our hands back down. Notice where your feet are. Pulling that chest forward. Notice where your weight is. Don't be in a hurry. This is an awareness exercise, and if we are just building our awareness muscles, it takes time. Maybe use a little checks for yourself. Am I stable? Cool. Do I have a calm mind? Cool. Where's the strain? Cool. All right. Chest over the brick or the thumbs. We're going to lift the other leg. Feel the leg that's supporting you. It deserves your attention because it's doing the main work, right? The leg that's lifted is kind of along for the ride. So let's give some love and attention and gratitude to the leg that's holding us up. Breath in, breath out. Where is your mind? Is it calm? If there was a mirror under your face, what would the face look like that's looking back at you? Do your checklist. Maybe lift the leg higher, maybe lower it down if you need more ease. Breath. And when you're ready, let's bring that leg down. Good, and we'll roll that spine up. Good, I'm just going to turn to face us and do a tree. We're going to open a hip and work on a nice balanced standing space. If you need or want, get yourself near a wall, or you could have a chair right beside you to hold on to. So I'm just going to start here by spinning this foot flat up against that ankle. All right, so in the warrior 3 that we were just in, that was neutral. Our hips were neutral, but everything was working to hold that together. So we get to have a little release, a little countering by opening this hip into a tree. So let's stand in this right leg. We've got this left leg open. Maybe this left hand guides that hip open a little bit. And can we stay? And the remainder of the body is still in mountain. Once again, you can start to choose, where do I need those arms to be? Only go so far as whatever you can do to maintain ease in your mind ease in your breath, ease in the body. All right, now some of you may feel stable enough to start to bring that foot up onto the calf. Now, it's not a challenge. I didn't just issue suddenly #yoga challenge tree pose. No, but feel out. And if you did the knee start to aim forward? Did we have to lose or compromise a bit of the hip opening? Because it is a hip opener. And if you notice, right, I came out and I came back in, but I kept my mind and my body calm and at ease. Feel the working that's going on in the standing leg. Remember what I said about strain. Breathing in, breathing out, standing, breath, heart. So what's the relationship now going on between body, breath, and mind? And let's bring that leg down. There's enough to work on in our yoga that we don't have to overcomplicate things very often with super duper crazy postures, all right? So let's work on our patience. Let's work on our objective and recognizing that yoga means to create a connection, right? It doesn't mean twist yourself apart or contortion, right? It does mean connect and observe and aware. That's all. All right, let's see about the other side. This leg is a little fatigued from that side, so I'm looking forward to this ease. Maybe using that hand. Feeling a little release. I needed that release in my hip. Now, I'm going to show something of showing how our weight can be distributed a little off. It's how we start to compensate and we feel like, hey, I'm doing it, but we got to start to hold some muscles accountable. So here we go. I'm going to show. I call it the sassy hip, okay? Where I get to hang out and I've dumped all that weight over here and I'm like, hey, I'm standing upright, so points for me, all right? And you are, but you're asking that weight to be supported in the hip in this angle, rather than saying, hey, core, stand me up, hips, squeeze in together. No, dump it, and then lift. And it's starting to ask other muscles, I like to say, pay some rent, okay? And maybe they haven't been paying rent, and they're like, man, you never asked me to pay rent before. Okay, and it doesn't mean it's bad. It's like, okay, but you got a couple of nickels in your pocket. Come on. Asking to join in and collaborate and connect together. Choose where you want your arms. Maybe starting to bring that foot up, maybe not. Chest is lifting. Still opening that hip. Trying not to dump. Falling, maybe. So I'm going to show a little dump here, okay? Very subtle. And then, I stood up in it. And bring it back. If you're ever in question, let's see about feeling the mountain remain, hips staying in the mountain, and then coming into the tree space. Say, am I still in this mountain? Or did my mountain go sideways in that hip? All right, let's breathe in. Lengthen upward. Exhale, coming forward. Maybe we'll start to notice if our breath, it got a little whispery when we were in those standing balancing poses. All right, so that was a nice way for us to find a counter pose from the Warrior Threes. And now let's build up a little bit of heat with a simple sun salutation. All right, I'm gonna move my block out of my way. We're gonna come to our mountain. Choose where your feet are, but try not to have the toes angling out as I'm showing here. We're gonna see if we can have a nice neutral space with our hips, even balance, even weight distribution of our flesh over the bones. Try not to stick that butt out, kind of scooping it under, engaging the core. Suck in the calm, peace, serenity on the face. And then everything is practice, not a perfect. So we're just practicing. Breathing in and lifting up, shoulders at ease. Exhale, flowing it down, nice and smooth, no rush. Breathe in, let's lift the chest up. Notice if we bring my hands maybe to the shins, maybe above the knees, pulling the spine long. And now I'm going to bring my hands down, bring the knees back. Find our hands and knees plank, chest over thumbs, breath in. I'm going to pin my elbows, bending the elbows straight back and lower the belly down. Lengthen the legs, soften the back, soften your buttocks. Remember the neck, remember what I said about strain. Let's just feel the breath here. Relax the tummy and your abdomen against the floor. Relax your organs. Good. Apply a little pressure downward through your hands and we'll lift the chest. Keep the belly down, keep the elbows bending. Unsqueeze the butt and then let's let it go. There's a lot for us to do in that. That's Bhujangasana or cobra. So legs are down, unsqueeze your butt, palms are down alongside your waist, pin those elbows, apply a little pressure, use some arm strength to lift your chest. Just try to lift your chest off the floor. Keep your belly on the floor, gaze down. What happened to the breath? Fog up that mirror underneath the view, but smile back at yourself. Breath. And lower. We'll let that working go. And we'll come up to hands and knees. Remember what we did in the Warrior 3, those arm legs? We need to develop those arm legs now because those arm legs lifted us up. And we're going to shift the weight back. See if you can keep your hands where they are, but spread the fingers. Tucking your toes. Now I'm going to ask my legs and my belly to work together and drop the head down, butt goes up. Down dog, your legs don't have to be straight. Pressing the heels back, maybe pedaling your heels up and down, letting your head go. Maybe turn your head left and right. Shoulders, can you soften them? Try not to let them shrug up by your ears. And if they are, it's okay. We're building awareness. We're learning. Now let's bring those knees down. I'm going to step my left leg up. And for many of us, this is as far as it goes. Maybe even back like this. Grab it with your left hand and help it up there. Good. Now we'll tuck the back toes and bring the back leg up. Maybe we needed a few steps to come on up. Breathe in, lift the chest up, long, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, let the upper body go. And we'll come all the way up. Reach nice and tall, big, expansive movement. And then breathe out as we fold into ourselves, closing into ourselves. Breathing in, lifting your chest up. Remember the neck, try not to strain in it. We'll bring the hands down. If you can remember, whatever leg you stepped back with last time, use the other one this time. And we'll bring that knee down, lift that foot, and step the other leg back. Notice if we're dragging or scraping our body parts and just try to build more awareness, apply a little bit of effort to try to lift and treat the body with intentional kindness, deliberate action in how we move. Now I'll find that plank again. Now some of you may want to explore your extended plank, all right? So again, nipples over thumbs. Remember that block that we used when we were doing the supported Warrior 3? This is where we are. We're going to lower ourselves down, breathing out, calm mind, all of that, and lower ourselves down. All right. Feel out whether you're ready for a cobra. Connect with your breath. Soften your belly. Soften your backside. Breathe in and press down and lift and lengthen the spine. Keep those hips down, keep those elbows bent. Exhale, lower it down. Breathe in as we come up to hands and knees. Now we're going to do a child's pose. So I'm going to widen my knees and then sink my butt back. If you'd rather bring your chin into your hands and rest like this, that's perfectly fine, sinking those hips back. Perhaps you want to let your head come down. You could rest your forehead on your hands. Nice little stacked pillow there. Fill up your belly with breath. Accept the rest that is here. Soften something. Where is your mind? Nice. And then let's come on up to sitting upright. I'm going to bring our forearms down. I'm going to turn this way for a moment for you to see that I've got my elbows directly under the shoulders and that these forearms are parallel like railroad tracks. They're not coming in like this, right? They're coming out like that. All right. So I'm going to bring that space here and lean my chin over my thumbs and reach one leg back. Why don't we just hold there? Chin over thumbs, reach that leg back, breathe. Squeeze the back leg, squeeze it, breath, feel some work, and bring that knee in, and then let's reach. Now remember I said it doesn't mean basics means everything is easy. Just means we're going to do a fundamental space here. Push down with those forearms, chin, reach it. Push the toes down, push that heel back. Feel your leg lengthening, and your breath is at ease. And bring that knee back. And then let's come on up and sit upright. Oh, we got to feel some stuff, right? All right, let's go ahead and come to sitting. Grab your towel or your strap if you have one. I'm going to scooch in a little bit closer so folks can see. All right. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Jill. Okay. I'm going to find a way of sitting that's comfortable for me. And for me right now, I'm going to admit, I'm not going to lie, right? I've just kind of smurged together a little bit of crisscross applesauce, a little bit of sukhasana, a little bit of lotus. So my hips are almost as open as they could be for a lotus, and then they're not quite as close as a crisscross applesauce. So crisscross applesauce, that tends to be the way most of us have learned to cross our legs since we were kids. The next space that you may want to explore, notice that this leg is bent here, and I'm going to bring this calf like that, okay? So these toes are in between the calf and the hamstring there. So this is Sukhasana. Starts to open the hips a little bit more. If you want to feel a little bit more, notice I've got my thumbs here, fingers wrapped around the back, and I'm rolling. And sitting upright, we'll feel a nice, gentle, maybe not so gentle for some of us, opening in the hips, a rotating open, external rotation. All right. So this is Sukhasana or crisscross applesauce. That will stay there. Throughout our time sitting, get into the practice of alternating. All right. Sometimes I'm going to remember to cue you. Sometimes I won't. All right. So just try to make it a part of, hey, you know what? I've had this leg out in front of that one. Start to also notice which one is less agreeable to being in that position. And it's probably the one we don't usually cross. And so just bringing some balance and awareness again. All right, I'm going to bring my strap out, and I'm going to first work. So we're going to take the strap and hold it above our head. My hands, I'm trying to bring them a little more than shoulder width apart. Full extension of the arms upward. Tension, pulling the strap That tension. Shoulder blades, sliding them down the spine. Asking my core muscles to hold me up. Shoulders down, growing tall through the belly. Don't suck in the tummy, pulling apart with the arms. Feel the work in the arms. Work that chin a little, the neck a little. Side to side. How much have we been moving our neck? How much have we been tilting our head down looking at some electronic device? Maybe close your eyes. How strained are your eyes if you've been relying upon more electronic media lately than you did pre-pandemic? Check in with the waist, sit up tall, shoulders down. We're going to pull and bring the arms out in front of us. Good, now let's pull and move the wrists. I'm going to slide my hands out just a little and bring the arms back. Good. Here we go. Up, Go ahead and let a sound out if you have to. All right, it's legit. Try to keep the strap nice and tense. Coming up and back. See if you don't need to bend those elbows. Breath. Appreciate the range in these shoulders. Ooh, nice. Working my neck one more time, and now I'm going to come on back up. Let's come on back. Take your time, no hurry. Breath. Take your breath with you on the journey. Ooh. We're going to stop and hold right here. And I'm going to side bend. And bring one hand down and pull up with the other. So I'm pressing down into the floor with my left arm, pulling up with the other. Still no strain. Sink in your hips. Choose where you want the neck to be turning. Breathe into the side of your rib cage. All right, now don't shove off with the bottom arm. Ask the upper arm maybe to pull you up. Take your breath with you. Remember, we're doing everything with ease. And here we go. All the way over, arm down, pulling up, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Ease as we exist in our bodies. Ease as we exist in our minds. It's possible. Accept where we are. Let your breath bring you some calm, bring you some awareness of this moment. Let's lift ourselves up. Good. Keep pulling. We're going to twist. Lift up tall from the center of the belly. And twist. Did you remember to switch your legs? Twist to the other side, sitting up tall. Believe you can grow taller, shoulders down. Coming back to center, and we can let the strap go. Feel those arms. Good. Let's take that right arm across again. Hook or just wrap, little baby half hug here. Choose. Maybe, a half hug might sound like a really good idea. And we'll twist. Really fill up the belly with breath. Nice. And I'm going to release that and find the other side. And twist. Maybe bring some energy into the knees, pressing the hips open. Pressing those knees down into the floor. Feel your body working with itself. Nice. All right. One last thing. We're going to bring this left hand, pat ourselves on the back. See if this right hand can find that elbow. And we're just going to breathe here. This is more than enough. See what's softening, see what's fighting. And is it that your mind is trying to force your body to be in a way? Go ahead and tilt down if you need. Do what you need to shift and find a space of ease. So that your existence is finding a space of ease right now in the body that you're living in. Meet yourselves where you are. Can you do it? Even if it's just for this minute on our mat. And let it go. And even notice if your mind says, yeah, but it's just that minute. Yeah, but it's not for the rest of this week. Yeah, but it's not helping me for the next month. Be satisfied with this minute. This is all we get. We don't get another minute. That's not promised. It may not even come. This is it. So soak it up with a biscuit, right? Let's find the other arm. Now I want biscuits. Sitting up tall. Finding the joy of being and existing in this moment. Connecting with that. Acceptance. It is what it is. Send some love. Thank your body for carrying you on this journey this far. Let your mind work with your body right now to say, hey, do you need some loving kindness? Or, hey, have I thanked you, shoulder joint, lately? Really want to thank you for all that you do. And release. How's that going to help us in the future for when we are ready for those big hugs? Okay. Let's work a little bit of bottom body. Just a little bit. And we're going to widen those legs out. And sitting up tall. Notice if you jammed yourself super duper far. All right. Now, was that respectful? And maybe back off right now. Okay. I'm not going to say how or how much. You feel that out. But you know whether those inner thighs or somewhere in your back said, oh my God. All right. So you get to start to feel out, ooh, am I connecting or am I commanding? Okay. This is not a command practice. This is a connection practice. And learning how to mutually respect. Mind and body got to work it out. Nobody's the boss of each other. It's point and flex. Point and flex. And if we don't know how to start to treat ourselves with kindness and that respect and generate that awareness now, even in some of the most simplistic and fundamental postures, how are you going to treat yourself when you're trying to stand upside down on your hands in a handstand? How are you going to treat yourself? Sorry about that, guys. We're just going to start to find a little side bend. Breathe. And bring it back. And a little side bend. reach. Fill up your body with breath. And bring it back. Hands out in front of us, pulling the chest forward, bringing it back. Nice. Pulling it forward. If you want to bend those knees a little, bend them. And bring it back. One more, if you want. And bring it forward. Feel your breath in your back. Let your head go. And we'll make our way up. I'm going to invite us to come down to lying down on our backs. Use your hands if you need to give yourself support to lower down, or you could ask yourself, hey, I want to check out my core and see if I can slowly, mindfully lower my back down. You choose where you are in your practice. Maybe you're like, you know what? I just want to lay down. I'm going to walk those feet in, hands down. Feet are 2 to 3 inches apart, inner thighs 2 to 3 inches apart. Let your gaze stay up to the ceiling. And we'll push down through the feet and thrust the hips up, bridge. Feeling a gentle stretch in the thighs, maybe not so gentle for some of us. And slowly lower your spine down. Let's go ahead and cross the right ankle above left knee. And then see if we can pull the left knee toward the chest, keeping that ankle crossed. You can hold on behind the knee, on top of the knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Where are you in your body? Where are you in your breath? Where is your mind? Finding a calm, safe haven in your body. Make your body a comfortable place for your spirit to live in. Let your body help you with some wisdom when it says, you know what, we need a rest. You know what, we need to move. Maybe our yoga practice helps us appreciate how much we've let our mind dominate our existence. And let's release. We'll bring that foot down, uncross. Why don't we do a bridge as a little intermission, a little counter pose. Feel where your feet are, feel where your knees are. Keep the gaze up to the ceiling. Chin just a little bit lifted. Use your feet and your legs to lift the hips. Let the tummy breathe. Where's the weight in your feet? Soften your shoulders. And we'll gently lower our hips down. And we'll switch to the other side. So this is a nice little reclining pigeon. Crossing that ankle, the other leg. And inviting that right knee in, giving it a hug. Oh. Breath in. Never be shy about making a moan, a groan, a sigh in your yoga. Honoring that breath and sound are a part of how we exist. And they also have a wisdom to reveal. Because sometimes just that sound is what we need to let out. If you can't do it on your yoga mat, where are you going to do it? Right? Are you going to do it in the grocery line? I mean, kudos to you. If you're just going to stand in the grocery line and go, I ain't gonna lie, I would. And let's let that go. Uncross. Let's invite both knees into the chest. Arms open wide, let the knees fall over to one side, whatever you want, spinal twist. And just let your legs go. Let them fall wherever they're going to fall. Let your body breathe. You take that in for yourself right now. What does that mean? Let my body breathe and do whatever you feel that means for you. I'm letting my body take this air in. What's tense? What can let go? What's your mind doing? What's your body doing? Without using the arms, we'll bring those knees back to center and allow them to come over to the other side. Feel the transition and the journey through that. And then feel your body inviting the ease and the release of the twist. Feel your mind ungripping and uncontrolling around this space. And invite your body to breathe. Your expression of that. Start to build your awareness of what that means for you. Build your awareness of your body practicing it, your mind practicing it. Yourself giving yourself permission. Practice your yoga on your face right now. Practice your yoga in your thinking right now. And let's just roll on over and come up to sitting where we are. Finding a comfortable way of sitting. Maybe that's crisscross applesauce. Maybe that's going into your Sukhasana. Spine is lifting. The asana practice helps us start to build awareness of where we are in our bodies, where we are in our mind. And starts to let the body find better ease so that we can then sit with the mind. Awareness of our senses, awareness of our mind, getting ready for focus practices. And then eventually meditation. So right now, allow your awareness to scan your senses. Pick a sense and spend time with it and all that you can observe that sense is bringing you. And then pick another sense. And another. And another. Slow down and pick another. Eyes open, palms resting, jaw released, sitting in ease in your body, your breath, and your mind. Thank you for joining for our basics yoga this morning. Sorry for the glitch, but that's life. Thanks everybody. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.